All You Need to Know, the Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business.
Good morning. I hope you're doing well. Over the next few minutes, we'll tell you everything that you need to know to start your day ahead of the curve. This is the All You Need to Know podcast on Bloomberg Quint, and I'm Alex Matthew. Today's the 16th of April. Things aren't looking great for the global economy at the moment. The number of infections continues to rise, with governments desperately looking for some way in which to keep economic activity going, even as they struggle to curb the spread of the disease. But let's first talk about the situation back home. India added 1,118 new cases yesterday, taking the total number of COVID-19 infections to just under 12,000 yesterday evening, according to the Health Ministry's website. This is just a day after Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced that the nationwide lockdown would be extended till the 3rd of May. Now, some details have emerged about the extension in the lockdown. The Home Ministry has allowed resumption in construction activity after the 20th of April with some caveats, bringing at least a little relief to the labour-intensive sector. In a circular it released yesterday, the government mentioned that construction activities, which includes road, irrigation projects, buildings of any kind, in rural areas will be allowed to operate. This is defined as areas outside the municipal corporation and municipalities. As things stand, though, India's economy may be heading for its first full-year contraction in more than 4 decades after the extension of the lockdown. According to Sonal Verma of Nomura Holdings, the extension could result in a direct output loss of more than 8%. Already, India's trade deficit is reflecting the impact of the lockdown. It narrowed in March from a year earlier to $9.76 billion compared with $11 billion a year ago, according to data released by the Commerce Ministry yesterday. The import-export numbers were significantly lower. Imports fell 28.7% from a year earlier to $31.2 billion, while exports declined 35% to $21.4 billion. Globally, COVID-19 has now infected over 2 million people. In New York, Governor Andrew Cuomo ordered people to start wearing masks in public. The European Commission has drawn up plans for a partial lifting of restrictions, but warned that some will remain until a vaccine or cure is found. And Germany is set to extend curbs even after new cases fell for a 6th day. Now, crude oil prices in the US fell to below $20 a barrel, largely because of a record collapse in demand for fuel and the biggest ever build-up in domestic crude inventories. They've recovered somewhat from that point, but WTI was still only just above $20 a barrel last I checked. Brent was at $28. In international markets, US stocks declined sharply as weak retail, manufacturing and home building data added to concerns about a severe US recession, with the Fed now saying that the economy has contracted sharply. The Dow declined by nearly 2%, while the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq fell 2.2% and 1.4% respectively. The early risers in the Asia-Pacific region are reflecting that gloomy feeling. The Nikkei 225 was lower by 1.7% last I checked. Now it's over to Agam Vakil for the trade setup for the day in India. Morning, Agam. How are we looking today?
Good morning, Alex, and good morning, listeners. Well, the SGX Nifty is currently trending in the red, taking cues from Asian peers, and we are likely to see a little bit of weakness for Indian markets as well. The earnings season is upon us and has been kicked off with Wipro. Its IT services revenues declined 1.1% to around $2,073 million sequentially, in line with Bloomberg Quint's expectations, but it's been an operationally weak one where its IT services operating margins contracted 80 basis points to 17.5% quarter on quarter. More importantly, the company has temporarily suspended its practice of providing quarterly guidance owing to uncertainty with respect to COVID-19. Moving on, India's largest IT company, TCS, will report earnings today. We're expecting a muted quarter with concerns once again regarding COVID-19. But shifting focus to BPCL, it's seeking to cut Saudi Arabia oil imports by at least 50% in May as the tankers are full, reports Bloomberg News. Moody's has downgraded Tata Steel's UK Holdings corporate family ratings to B3 from B2. The outlook has been revised to ratings under review from stable. S&P Global Ratings, on the other hand, has downgraded the issuer credit rating to B+ from BB-, with the outlook changing from stable to negative. We also have Shriram Transport Finance, which will be in focus as it considers fundraising in a board meeting on April 20th, and this consideration will be through NCDs. Pratap Snacks has stated that the company's job-working manufacturing units in Uttarakhand, Maharashtra and Haryana have started operations. And finally, we have Endurance Technologies. Its Italian arm has acquired 99% stake in Adler for 3.5 million euros. Adler makes system solutions for clutches, gears and friction plates, with a niche in R&D, engineering services and product development for OEM customers in Europe. Now, these are just some of the stocks that we can watch out for as we move into trade today. But don't forget to go through our morning edition of All You Need to Know only on BloombergQuint.com.
Thanks, Agam. And as always, thank you all for listening in. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a great day and do stay safe.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you could listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma, or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.